We're here today at the Rachel Carson State Office Building in Harrisburg to band 3 young peregrine falcon nestlings. There is a peregrine falcon nest on the window ledge outside here, just behind me, on the 15th floor. They have been here since 1997, and they have been successful for 17 years in a row, and this would make the 18th year. Peregrine falcons were completely wiped out in North America by the use of DDT and other pesticides in the 1940s and the 1950s, so that by 1964 there were none left breeding in North America east of the Rockies and south of the Arctic. Due to a massive captive breeding and reintroduction program carried out by the Pennsylvania Game Commission here in Pennsylvania, and by many agencies throughout the rest of the United States and Canada, we now have peregrine falcons nesting in the wild again.
That's good. That's a good boy. Now all you got to do is get your claws out of my hand. Thank you.
This nest visit accomplishes several things. We verify the success, we identify the parents. Importantly, we give health checks to the chicks to make sure that they're healthy, and if we find any issues, we can treat them. And we band them so that we can track them in the future if they're seen nesting somewhere else. But now we're going to weigh her, because with her weight, then we can verify what her sex is. And the weight of this bird is 585 grams. Okay, that's rather small for a female at this age, but that's what it is. That's the same weight as the last bird that we did that was a male. 585 grams, 585. Okay, that's a little bit more than a pound. So there's something else I'm going to do too. I have a leg gauge. Females are larger than males, and they have a tarsus, which is this part of their leg. We don't have a well, we do have a tarsus, but it's part of our ankle. And I'm going to put the leg gauge on this bird, and we'll find out how large her tarsus is. Well, what do you think of that? It's loose in the 7A. This bird I'm going to call sex uncertain, okay? And it's important for us to know the sex because females take a larger band than a male. And if we put a band that's a little bit too large on a bird, that's no problem. If we put on a band that's too small, that is a problem. Sometimes people ask me, does a band hurt the bird? Well, I'm wearing a watch, that's not hurting me. I'm wearing a ring, that's not hurting me. But we don't want to put on something too small. I was calling that a female before, and now I'm not sure. So it's going to go in the notes as sex uncertain.
Put it on the table.
What's that?
Put it on the table.
Put it on the table? No. If we put this bird on the table, it'll just flop around. So this band is what we call a lock-on band. These birds are so strong, their bill is so strong, that if I put an ordinary bird band on here, then this youngster would play with it and could actually remove it, and we don't like that to happen. So this is a lock-on band. It has a tab that folds over so that this bird cannot take the band off. And when I'm squeezing with the pliers, I'm squeezing the band. I'm not squeezing the leg. In another week, this bird, when it's 4 weeks old, will be just as big as its parents. Were you just as big as your parents when you were 4 weeks old? You're not yet. That's how fast these birds grow. It is totally amazing how fast these birds grow. Then its left leg will get one of these color-coded bands. Okay, so we're getting 03 over BS, and that's black over green. And that's going on the left leg. And this one gets secured in a different way. These are what we call rivet bands. So these have rivets, Again, this isn't squeezing the leg. It's not hurting the bird at all. We're not hurting this bird, but she or it doesn't know what's going on. And so that's just an automatic reaction.